r/AskReddit. What's the worst gift you've ever received?
Claim your free AirPods today by clicking the first link in the description down below.
My cousin gave me a picture of herself for Christmas. I'm giving my friend a calendar filled with me posing in uncomfortable seductive poses. We are talking the exy painting of George Costanza type stuff. I'm just an unattractive hairy pale man. So it's gonna be a pretty good gift. Edit. Alright, I'll post more when all the pictures have been taken and edited. PM me with ideas for each month. Still gathering supplies/props. Also anyone who is good at Photoshop and wants to help out with a stupid project. Lem know. My brother gifted a framed photo of himself wearing a bow tie and a wife beater in a slightly seductive pose to my husband one Christmas. It was hilarious and the photo is proudly in my husband's office. The backstory here is that my husband never provides an adequate Christmas list and always buys stuff for himself, leaving very little for people to buy him. One of the items on his list at the time was friends and family. So my brother successfully found a present that fit the bill. My brother and husband have similar senses of humor and are good friends, so it was all received in good fun. It was actually a Reddit secret Santa gift. I asked for books, and the person sent me a card first saying, "Your present is on its way, and it will surely add to your book collection." It was a bookmark of owls saying who hurts reading my book. Granted, I still use the bookmark today. But what a tease. I'm always half tempted to participate in the Reddit secret Santa. Have you had good luck with that in the past? Or was that your only time doing it? Edit. Fine. A broken inbox later, and you've convinced me. I'll participate without raising hopes that I'll get anything in return and just have fun finding fun gifts for someone. I've participated 3 times already. The first time was the bookmark. The second was a 3D printed bracelet. Third and best in MO was this special coffee set. And some jewelry. You should try it. It's worth it. If you decide to do international instead of your country only. Amazon is your friend, especially for the cheap shipping. Hope this helps. My mom is the worst gift giver of all time. She usually just gives you one of whatever she's been hoarding that she doesn't have room for. For a while this was ceramic lighthouses. Then it was little fountains. As a man in his 30s I was not the least bit interested in either. Then, one year, after my wife and I wondered what my day present would be, a fountain or a lighthouse, she surprised me. She took a lighthouse, drilled a hole in the bottom, put a pump in it, and set it in a ceramic bowl of water, so water poured from the top of the lighthouse, like it was flooded or something. Method a king lighthouse fountain. Well played, Mom. Edit dudes. I get that it almost sounds cool, but I can't explain how half-assedly this thing was constructed. The lighthouse and the little bowl it sat in didn't match. The lighthouse sat crooked in a bed of rocks because the pump she used was too big for the base of the lighthouse. And the way the water poured from the windows of the lighthouse just made me think of poor, tiny lighthouse keepers drowning inside. I tossed it after getting it. So no pics. Mom's long game is pretty good, right? It almost seems like she's bad at gift giving on purpose, just to set up the lighthouse fountain as a joke. I have an uncle I don't really know who lives down south and thinks he's a cowboy. He would give me gifts of things he likes, but I definitely did not. One Christmas when I was a kid, he gave me a detailed book about guns and a check for $8.56. The next Christmas it was a horse calendar and a check for $17.02. Eventually we figured out that apparently he set out a $30 budget for my gift and would give the exact remainder as a check. He's weird. At least he doesn't shortchange you. Edit. Wow. This is my highest upvoted post. Yay. That's pretty nice and thoughtful in my opinion. Not me, but I had an og for a teacher in high school. We called him Mr. T, had a long T name, and he was a legend because he sounded like the boring teacher in Ferris Bueller and kept a bat in his filing cabinet, just in case. Anyway, Mr. T always wore these weird, colorful kinda ugly sweaters and shirts. So this goofball in our class decided to give him a gift during class for Christmas. Mr. T, being a champ, opens it mid-class and just bursts out laughing. It's any ugly shirt. When Mr. T stopped laughing, he asked if he got the shirt at Goodwill, a second-hand donation store. Clown confirms that he did. Mr. T tells us that it was actually his shirt that he had disliked and donated. He got a good laugh out of it. Probably not his favorite gift ever. Edit, since everyone is asking. This particular Mr. T taught psychology economics in Ohio, D. This reminds me of a story. My parents had a rather ugly landscape picture for what seemed like ever. They always had it hung over their bed in the bedroom. Finally they take it down and go to sell it at a garage sale. Surprisingly somebody actually buys it. Anyways, a couple of months go by and I'm at my friend's wedding when they open up one of the presents, and what do I see? That ugly as big picture. Everybody has a few laughs, and I find out that the guy who got it at the garage sale bought it as a gag gift, and it had continually been rejected as such. So I ask my friend if he wanted the picture and if I could have it. He said it was ugly and didn't want it. So of course I take it. Now I wait for when I know my parents are gone and head over to their house and hung it back up right where it previously was. When I was 15 I weighted like 185 pounds. I'm a short person. 5 feet 3 at the time. And had huge manly boobs. I received a bra as a Christmas gift from an uncle. Edit, wow, I didn't thought that comment would blow up the way it did. At that age it really did left a scar on me. He is the uncle I disliked the most, but it motivated me to lose weight. I'm at 120 pounds right now, and feeling really happy and healthy. Also I chuckle every time I remember that gift. What an asshole. I feel bad. But I kinda chuckled. My mother once gave me a $1 thing of camping soap for my birthday. She obviously just grabbed something from the convenience store. I don't speak to her anymore for other reasons, but I always felt that this gift demonstrated her utter hittiness. This reminds me of my mother lol. She bought me a towel for Christmas and my brother in box 360. That's some Dursley level pettiness. Edit, thanks for the Reddit gold. Kind stranger. One year my, now ex, boyfriend bought me a deck of Magic, the Gathering cards. I had absolutely no interest in them prior to receiving them. And then he refused to teach me how to play the game. He took them with him when we broke up. Edit, I should mention it was for my birthday. 2. Classic peen move. Here, let me buy you a gift that I like. Just so you give it back to me. But I still get credit because I bought you a gift. So why are you mad? It's like when Homer bought Marge a bowling ball with his name engraved on it. Did an anonymous gift exchange at work one year where all the gifts were wrapped and put on a table. We then drew numbers and went and picked a gift in whatever order you had. The gift I received was a velvet pillow that inside had a toy the size of my forearm and a butt plug. I was a 16-year-old boy when this happened. Edit, at the time, I worked in a local restaurant for those asking. Well, you're a man now. Son. Can't ducking breathe. My mother-in-law gave me a tube of a breather in my Christmas stocking. I don't even have mouth herpes. Maybe you're so enlisted her in an attempt to convey something subtlety? Definitely don't have HSV was part of the prenatal testing. She's just a mean ass woman who does Christmas shopping at the dollar store. One year for Christmas my dad got me not one, but 2 copies of the Bahamen CD. I was a 14-year-old girl at the time. Even worse is the song has a common misconception that is literally about who brought the ugly girls out and killed the party. That's hilarious. They play it at daycare and my 2-year-old loves it and sings it all the time. I wonder if they change the words in the kids version. When I turned 12 and went to secondary school, my mum and dad didn't buy me a PlayStation game or some other toy like usual. They bought me a desk. It was like fun's over. Kid, here's where you will toil for the rest of your days. I was mortified. I've used that desk almost every day of my life ever since. It went with me to university. I took it to my flat that I rented with my girlfriend. Now I've bought a house with my wife and it's in our second bedroom. I'm typing to you from it now. So the worst gift I ever got was also the best gift I've ever had. Funny that. Secret Santa 2008. The minimum for the Secret Santa was $50. His list of ideas had leather gloves, a knit beanie, gift cards, a cell phone case, and cologne, but specifically not one particular brand. I bought him a pair of leather gloves, an X-Men beanie, he was a comic book fan, and a bottle of cologne that was not the brand he disliked. But I put it inside a box of the brand he didn't like, just as a fake out for fun. The person whose name I drew in the Secret Santa just so happened to be the one who had drawn my name. I got an unwrapped and clearly used, but empty, dollar store flask with a cheap gumball machine sticker of a tiger stuck on it. Yeah. That was the last time I participated in a Secret Santa gift exchange. That's infuriating. Secret Santa inequality can feel really cruel and personal. The worst part is that nobody else even really notices. As a Reddit Secret Santa, I notice. Bad Santas are the worst. Not me, but one of my friends didn't get anything for Christmas last year because he was an adult now. He was 19. He then didn't get anything for his mum's birthday because she is an adult and she doesn't need anything if she is an adult. She realized her mistake after that, and he got treated pretty well on his birthday this year. It is amazing to me that she didn't foresee that. Yeah, her logic there is astounding, lol. Adults don't need gifts. Oh yeah. I'm also one of those. A black 2016 Dodge Charger for my 16th birthday. I asked for silver. Mom, you dumb bitch. Wow. How could she? Luxury problems. I was spending Christmas with my wife's family for the first time, and wife's uncle slash aunt slash cousin's gift for me was a baseball cap for use in the mining industry. It had a built-in plastic shell in the cloth lining which made it really uncomfortable and non-adjustable. It was also about 4-5 years old and very clearly used. The edges were fraying, and the plastic was cracked in one spot. Same family got my wife a marble clock that weighed upwards of 6-7 kgs, and didn't work. We were flying back the next day with carry-on only luggage. Not as serious as other replies here, but genuinely the weirdest and worst gift I've received. I would say bring it to the airport and ditch it there. But the bomb squad would probably be called. I mean, leave it around the back/side of the airport near the bins. Most people don't bat an eye at it, left next to a bin. My grandparent gave my sister a duck ton of things she liked plus money, and then they turned to me and gave me a Bible. I know I'm a heathen, but Jesus Christ, that's cold, haha. I know what will convert him. We give everything to his Christian sister. Then he will get jealous and become Christian to get all the gifts she got. Flawless plan. This is like the exact opposite of the prodigal son, if you think about it. I Happy Meal Barbie. For my 20th birthday. From my boyfriend. It wasn't intended to be ironic. Was it gift wrapped too? I'm not sure if that would make it worse or better, mayo. I got really excited one year when my uncle, who was usually pretty hitty when it came to gifts, handed me a wrapped present in the shape of a video game case. Turns out it was a metal puzzle that he got in a magazine he didn't want. Adults are basically like, here is something I didn't want. You have it. Or they buy you something that in reality they want. Such as the time my dad bought me 14 rolls of wood chip wallpaper. Nothing. But not only was it nothing, it was nothing, and I later saw that my husband's affair partner texted him while he was out shopping for my gift and told him that he better not buy me anything. Ex-husband. Right? No. She's a widow now. Edit. Wow, that was highly appreciated. Thank you for the gold. Now I shall gild another in an attempt to spread the wealth. I got a copy of Dirt, one of the rally racing games. Can't remember which iteration, from my brother. He'd filled the box with actual dirt from the garden which, in my eagerness to open and play, sprayed all over me. He then gave me the disc he was hiding. If you actually got the game afterwards. That's a pretty funny joke. It was pretty funny really. But on a technicality. Some dirt is the worst present I ever got. A dead cat. It was found mummified in the rafters of the barn, mounted on a plaque, and given to me with a lot of fanfare at Christmas when I was 15. This cat is dead. Just like your dreams. My mother took me to Vegas for my 21st birthday. Now I know what you might be thinking. Wow. What a spoiled peen. His mom spends all this money on taking him to Vegas, and he thinks it's the worst thing ever? Entitled prick. Look. I tried staying positive about it. I tried not being mad that she wanted to go on my actual birthday and not like the week after or something. She bought the tickets and room package before asking me because the surprise was her whole gig. Then she promised some insane other surprise when we got there. Clearly, my mom was grasping onto any kind of relationship she could still have with me after moving out on my own 3 years prior. But anyways, here's why it was the worst gift ever. We leave at 6 o'clock ducking AM the day before my birthday. I can't drink on the plane yet. My mom is getting sloshed. Enough so that I have to be the DD when we get our rental car at the LV airport. Whatever. Have a fun time, mom. It's your money. I ask which hotel we are staying at. She says the Bellagio, so I was like, darn, that's pretty cool. Well, she lied. She wanted to go there for a blackjack tournament. Mind you, I'm still not 21. So I'm like, cool. I guess I'll just go check into our room, and she said, don't worry about it. Leave your stuff in the car. So I get to wander the streets of Vegas in ducking winter. It's not even warm. There's almost nobody there. The people that are there are inside gambling. So after about 3 hours I text my mom asking when she's going to be done, and she texts me back saying she got knocked out of the tournament an hour ago. So she told me to come back to the hotel and meet her. I walk back there. Text to ask where she's at, and she tells me she's in the car in the parking garage. K. Thanks for not coming to get me 2 miles away while you're waiting in the car for whatever reason. I get in the car, and she's still sloshed. Been keeping her buzz going steady from the free drinks at the tournament. I ask her why she didn't just go to the room, and she's like, oh, we don't have a room here. Our hotel is, I don't even remember the name, outside the city limits. Yay. A 40-mile drive outside the city. Apparently it was part of her vacation package that included the tournament and my special surprise that she keeps reminding me will blow my mind. Day 2, my birthday. Day 1 was it. But at least I'm 21 now, and I can join in gambling and drinking it up. Even if none of my friends are here. At least I can spend some time bonding with my mom, or hanging out shooting craps or something while getting hammered. Nope. After our 40-mile drive into the city, my mom points to a billboard depicting Richard Petter's NASCAR experience and notes how cool that looks. To which I say, I ducking hate NASCAR. I've never liked it. I don't even enjoy most kinds of racing. Much less the most watered down, commercialized and uninteresting form of it. So we get back into town. Have breakfast somewhere, seriously the best part of the whole trip, and my mom tells me to wait at the curb in front of this one hotel for a shuttle. The shuttle shows up, and it's the Richard Petty NASCAR experience. My mom says surprise, and kisses me in front of all the other passengers. This is the worst birthday I've ever had. Long story short, I go to the thing. It takes all day. By the time I get back my mom is sloshed again and needs me to drive her back to our hotel in Prim, and I spend a few hours having a couple drinks and losing money at the terrible casino at our hotel. We leave bright and early the next day. Edit. Thanks for all the sympathies. Here's some answers to the questions I keep getting. The NASCAR thing was a museum with empty NASCAR shells. Like just wheels. Frame and body. No engine. Several display cases with various jumpsuits. I did not get to drive a NASCAR. I just rode in a mock NASCAR for 2 laps which took less than 2 minutes, since the track was not official NASCAR size. I don't even know what that means, but they made sure to tell us. Also, it was a gross experience, because you're lined up, and the person getting out of the car in front of you hands you the helmet and jumpsuit they were just wearing. Then a gift shop tour. Yes, we stayed in Prim, but I don't recall a roller coaster, and probably wasn't looking, because this was 2007. Before Fallout, New Vegas. My mom is not an alcoholic, but had just gone through a serious breakup with her longtime partner. so I gave her some leeway on acting irrationally. A situation that I would normally have more sympathy towards, but since the guy was married and also her boss at one point, I couldn't really forgive the whole ordeal. Honestly, this wins the thread for me, because you had to suffer this hitty gift for 2 whole days, rather than getting the luxury of throwing away a physical gift right after getting it. Well, I tried to appreciate the time and money she had put into it, but I couldn't escape the thought that she planned a trip to Vegas for herself for that tournament and decided to package my birthday with it. We hardly spent any time together and none of it was anything that interested me in the first place. I'm not a gambler. I hate NASCAR, and for anybody's 21st birthday, a rational person would assume they'd want to go out with their friends. High school graduation gift from my mom's work friend. 2 get-rich-quick scheme books. You could have just given me the $10 you spent on those books. It would be more money than advice from those books would ever make me anyway. Are you trying to tell me you didn't get rich quick? Sounds like she didn't read the books.